SEAG. Eala, Alcantara bow to Thai foes. Settle for tennis mixed doubles bronze. Bangkok updated. Filipino tennis stars Eala and Niño Alcantara absorbed a tough loss on Wednesday to end their campaign in the tennis mixed doubles event at the 33rd Southeast Asian Games. The Filipino duo bowed to Thailand's Pacharan and Pard Sornlaksap in the tennis mixed doubles semifinals at the 33rd Southeast Asian Games, 7-5, 5-7, 7-10. Eala and Alcantara took the first set 7-5, giving them an early edge in the match. But their Thai opponents responded by winning the second set, 5-7, shifting momentum to their side. In the third set tiebreak, the hometown Bets took the early 3-1 lead until the Filipino duo leveled the score in the sixth game, 3-3. The Thai pair rallied to extend their lead to 7-4, until Eala scored a crucial point to keep the Philippines afloat. The Filipino duo scored back-to-back points to cut the lead to 1 at 8-7. But a double fault error from Alcantara put their Thai foes 1 point away from the gold medal match. Eala and Alcantara finished with another bronze medal in the regional showcase. Obviously, initial feelings is of disappointment. Just, when you lose and you give your all. But no regrets. And I think both Kuyanins and I, we did everything we could. Eala told Philippine Olympic Committee media. In the end, doubles is really, could be a game of chance. And I think our opponents played really well. So, I'm happy with the effort we put in, she added. Despite the tough loss, Eala remained grateful for getting a medal for the country. We really could have won today. But in the end, so many takeaways and I had so much fun playing mixed doubles, she said. Eala and Alcantara each clinched bronze in the women's and men's team events. The Filipina tennis ace will still have a shot at a gold medal on Thursday, as she seeks to end the country's 26-year gold drought in women's tennis. Eala will face WTA number 240 Maninkaya Sawanki of Thailand in the final. Under the wide, white lights of the Southeast Asian Games, where the air feels heavier with expectation than with humidity, Alex Eala and Francis Casey Alcantara bowed to their Thai foes and accepted the bronze medal in mixed doubles tennis. It was a finish that read plainly, third place, podium's lowest step, but the match itself throbbed with something richer, resolve, heartbreak, and the long, patient echo of a country learning how to hope loudly again. From the first serve, the contest felt like a conversation between nations. The Thai pair spoke with rhythm and experience, their shots stitched together with the calm confidence of players who had walked this court before and knew its secrets. Eala and Alcantara replied with courage and chemistry, a younger language still discovering its grammar, quick feet, daring angles, a net game that flirted with audacity. Each rally was a sentence written and erased in sweat. For Eala, the court has always been a classroom. Her racket, a pencil. Her footwork, cursive learned through repetition. She carried herself with a composed intensity that belied her years. Eyes sharp, shoulders relaxed, breathing measured. Alcantara, steady and seasoned, was the perfect counterpoint, an anchor who knew when to steady the boat and when to let it run with the wind. Together they moved like a duet, occasionally out of sync but never out of purpose. The Thai pair pressed early, slicing returns that skimmed the tape and dipped just enough to tempt errors. There were moments when the Filipino duo reached for brilliance and found the net instead, moments when the crowd's collective inhale became a sigh. Yet there were also flashes that lifted the arena. Eala's backhand threaded through a corridor of doubt. Alcantara's volley snapped clean as a drumbeat. Applause rose in waves, and for a heartbeat, bronze felt like gold. In mixed doubles, chemistry is not a luxury, it is oxygen. You must trust the hands that cover the line when you poach. Trust the voice that calls mine at the last instant. Eala and Alcantara trusted each other. Between points, they met at the net, whispered recalibrations, shared small nods that said, "We're still here." That language of partnership, invisible to the scoreboard, mattered. But sport is a ruthless editor. It pares down stories to numbers and time. The Thai team tightened the screws when it counted, their serves landing heavier, their returns biting deeper. The Filipinos chased, stretched, refused to yield the court easily. When the final point arrived, an exchange that felt longer than it was, the ball fell just beyond reach. Silence hovered for a moment before applause filled the space where the dream had been. Bronze, a medal that glows modestly, often misunderstood as consolation rather than accomplishment. Yet in that quiet moment of acceptance, something dignified unfolded. Eala and Alcantara walked to the net and bowed, first to their opponents, then to the crowd. The gesture was simple and ancient, an acknowledgment of effort exchanged and respect earned. In that bow, there was no apology, only gratitude for the chance to compete. What does bronze mean in a region where gold is celebrated like prophecy? It means the bridge between promise and fulfillment. It means standing on a podium knowing how thin the margin is, knowing how much work remains, and choosing to continue anyway. For Philippine tennis, a sport that often grows in the shadows of more popular games, this bronze shimmered like a lighthouse. Behind the medal lay hours unseen, dawn practices, aching forearms, travel days that blur into nights, the discipline of believing when belief is inconvenient. There were coaches who corrected grips and calmed nerves, families who watched streams at odd hours, and young players at home who saw themselves in Eala's fearless swings and Alcantara's measured resolve. As the anthem played for others, Eala held the medal with both hands, as if weighing it. Not heavy, perhaps, but meaningful. Alcantara smiled, a smile seasoned by years in the circuit, a smile that said this was another chapter, not an ending. They would leave the court with lessons folded neatly into their bags. Patience under pressure, courage after errors, the art of finishing points when the moment demands it. The Southeast Asian Games moved on, as events do. Another match, another cheer. But for those who watched closely, this bronze lingered. It whispered that the gap is closing, that partnerships can be forged across generations, that the Philippines, on this hard court under unforgiving lights, belongs in the conversation.